So we are well into the month of December and things are still going pretty well. Almost too well. Hi guys, and welcome to episode 5 of Let's Go Dortmund, and welcome to Stubo FM. I'm Stubo. Thank you very much for joining me on whatever fine day you're probably having. Again, I keep doing that. I keep thinking I'm streaming, and I'm definitely not streaming. This is YouTube. Before we get any further, if you have enjoyed the series so far, please consider leaving a like on the videos, and please consider subscribing to the channel too. It would mean a lot to me, very, very much. Since you were last with me, many good things have happened. We've continued to, I was going to say win. We haven't won every game, but we are certainly still unbeaten. So the last time you guys were with me, I believe we beat Liverpool 2-0, which was delightful. We then won the next two games. We beat Bayern Munich 4-1. Which was fantastic. It's a hat-trick for Erling Haaland. That's always a good thing. And then, Erling Haaland didn't have a great game against Hertha, but we didn't need him. We beat them 3-0. Brandt, Royce and Hummels with the goals. Then we didn't continue to win quite as much as we have been. We had 2 draws back-to-back. The draw against Liverpool, no problem at all. The draw against Cologne, where we did kind of have to get bailed out, was a little bit of a concern. So that wasn't particularly great. But then we went to Lokomotiv Moscow, smashed them 4-0. And combined with the fact that Inter actually lost their game, if I can find the right screen for that. Inter lost their second game against Liverpool. So as a result of that, we've already qualified. We're top of the group at the moment. But even if we were to lose this game and Liverpool were to win their game, which they probably will, we're through. We don't really need to worry too much about this game against Inter. So we did that. Frankfurt played 5 at the back. And they were so annoying to play against. Andre Silva was incredible in this game. Nothing I could do could touch him. It was so difficult. But Erling Haaland bailed us out. We thought we'd got it. We thought we got it with the second goal. But Andre Silva popped up 5 minutes after we scored to make it 2-2. To be honest, Frankfurt were third in the league. I don't know if they still are. They are actually. So they've been doing pretty well. They got a good result against Bayern Munich. They actually ended Bayern Munich's 100% record. Bayern Munich obviously have lost the game now because they lost to us. So Frankfurt are a good team this season, so we do need to be careful of them. But enough of that nonsense. That's what we've done. This is what we're doing today. We're going against Inter, and then I still haven't fully decided what we're going to do, but I'm feeling like this is going to be the double cup special that I was on about. So we'll go to Paderborn in the Pokal. So watch this space. But for the Inter game, we have Berkey in goal, Pijek, Hummels, Akanji and Schultz in the defence. Emre Can as the halfback, Sancho, Witsel, Bellingham and Royce in the midfield. And we're going to play Torgan Hazard up front just because we've got a few tired legs out here. Witsel is one of them, but we're going to keep him in the team. But Guerreiro and Haaland are both tired. They haven't got the symbols to say they're tired at the moment, but they have been getting very tired. And it has been affecting our form. So we have taken them out. Again, this game doesn't really matter. I'd rather keep us up in the league and sacrifice this last Champions League game. But it's fine. It's fine. It's only a couple of players out. And Hazard has scored as a striker, so it's absolutely fine. So we're going to get into this game. And fingers crossed, we can end this Champions League group on a high. It feels like a very weird thing to say that this match doesn't matter. It was a match against Inter Milan. But in the grand scheme of things, we've already qualified. Well, that's my own fault for saying it doesn't matter, doesn't it? It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. The only thing I want to avoid is us getting absolutely battered. That's a lovely play from Inter Milan, by the way. And Lukaku's just gotten away from his man there completely. The only thing that's really going to matter is that if we do get smashed in this game, we don't want to carry that on into the league. We want to make sure that we try and keep as much momentum as possible. So a good result here is important. At the moment, we are just not playing at all. I'm going to encourage the lads because we have been very poor. They've not been great, but we have been very poor so far. To the point where I'm considering, do we change formation? We've not had any highlights at all since that goal. I mean, we've been terrible. We've been absolutely terrible. So I'm going to say that. Disappointed, furious. Right, we desperately need to do something because that first half went by without anything interesting happening whatsoever. So we need to do something. So they're the 3 changes we're going to go with. Hopefully, those changes can get us back into the game. It is only 1-0, but we have been very, very poor in that first half. So we need to get the ball, and we really need to show into what we can do. Because at the moment, we've got 2 box-to-box midfielders. That's insane. So at the moment, we're just pretty terrible. We have had a couple of chances now, but they've had more chances as well. The Hood heads it out. If Sancho can get on the end of that, which he can, and if he can run with it and get the ball to Erling Haaland, who has come on, that'd be great. He's gone round his man, Sancho. He's going to look to try and get the ball into the box. Now he's had the shot, and Handanovic saves. He really shouldn't have gone for the shot there, Jadon Sancho. He should have tried to pass it to Haaland. He didn't. Going to encourage again. We have come back into this second half. I am tempted to go to 4-2-3-1. Because we have come back into this half. We are looking better. Not necessarily good, but we're looking better. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. And hopefully, switching to this formation, we can get back into the game. We are having more chances. We're going to demand a bit more from our players. But I do think we've lost this. Unless we can sneak a late equaliser, like we did in the first game against Inter. That is something that could happen. Can you imagine if that's the way this game is going to go? Oh, we need to get the ball off Sensi there. Eriksen now driving forward. Perisic is going to look to cross the ball in. We are on to hard tackle. If we can do that. We haven't done that. Sensi, Eriksen, Sensi, Perisic. They're passing the ball around really nicely here. Christian Eriksen. Ball is clear. Gio Reyna on the ball now. He has got Erling Haaland ahead of him. Erling Haaland has got space to run into. Haaland is very wide. He's probably going to go for the shot, though. He did, and he's put it wide. He's put it wide. Encourage again. Right. Late throw. Can we get a late equaliser to finish the group off? It's a horrible tackle from Sensi, and it's a red card. Right. We need to go attacking. Can we get a goal? I don't think we're going to. I think that's game over. I think we've lost. We have lost. That's poor. That's concerning. So, it's our first loss of the season. We are going to finish second in the group, which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. I've got no problem with finishing second in the group. The main thing for me was qualifying through that group. Defensively, we didn't look great in that first half. And then we just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. So, it's disappointing to have lost. But, honestly, I'd have rather have lost that game than lost the league game, if I'm honest with you. So hopefully we can beat Stuttgart and make it worth it. We're not going to play the Stuttgart game on camera, though. We are going to go to the Paderborn game. This is going to be the Double Cup special. So I'm going to play through these 3 games here, and then we'll be back at the Benteler Arena against Paderborn in the DFB Pokal second round. And just like that, we are back for the Paderborn game. We have played 2 or 3 games in between the period since you last saw me. What did we do? So we lost against Inter Milan, and then we actually won all 3 games, which was delightful. As you can see there, they weren't necessarily quite as easy as we would have liked. The Stuttgart game was a bit difficult. Just felt like we kept conceding goals. But we did win it in the end. That's the main thing, 5-2. It was a little bit nervy against Werder Bremen. Didn't want to click on the whole game. I just wanted to click on that. Try that again. As you can see, they went ahead 2-0 actually, and then we came back and won that game. So from that perspective, it was an impressive comeback. I was very happy with it. Erling Haaland's been off the boil in the last few games. He did score in that first game, and then did score in this game, but he hasn't quite looked the same. He's been making all of the same moves, but a lot of the actual finishing hasn't been very good. But as you can see, we did end up defeating Union Berlin. I have to say, this game was a pretty good one, but the conceding of the goals has been a bit of a problem. As you can see, Marvin Hitz, has been playing for us since this game. We actually subbed him off after conceding those 2 goals. They were poor goals to concede. I was not happy. So we decided we're going to bin off Berkey and we're going to bring in Marvin Hitz. And again, I did the thing. So it probably means that in a January transfer window, I'll be honest with you, I'm looking for a backup goalkeeper and I'm looking to get Berkey out the door. Honestly, he hasn't impressed me at all in this save. He just hasn't looked good at all. So I think we're going to look for a goalkeeper who's a bit younger, maybe a little bit taller, a little bit better in the air, and just someone who doesn't make as many mistakes. Because honestly, Berkey has just been a bit of a calamity, so I think we're going to bin him off if we can and get someone else in. We have limited funds to do that, but we will do what we can. So this is the team that we're going to be taking to Paderborn. It's Hitz in goal, Pijek, Hummels, Felipe and Schultz in defence, De Hood and Bellingham in the centre of the midfield, Sancho, Reyna and Brandt as the attacking midfielders, and Hazard up top. We are resting Erling Haaland, Axel Witsel and Rafael Guerreiro. They are on the bench, but they are tired, as is Marco Reus, although he hasn't had the same message. he might have done, actually. I can't remember. But we've got some tired legs in the team. Fortunately, this is the last game before we have a 9 or 10 day gap between this and the next game. I think this is basically the COVID winter break, which is a bit shorter than the traditional winter break that Germany have. So we'll have a bit of time to send some players on holiday, get them their fitness back, and then we can jump into the rest of the season, hopefully a little bit refreshed. I do think that might be part of the problem, is that a lot of these players are getting tired. Like, we went through a mad run of form where we were just scoring for fun, not conceding. We've kind of gone back to that point where we look like we can score goals, but we also look like we can concede them as well. So against Paderborn, we do need to be careful. We are going to make sure that we are attacking as well. So without any further ado, Paderborn against Dortmund. Let's go. So here we go in the DFB Pokal. We are hoping that this is not going to be too difficult a game. We should really be winning this one, but nah. The form hasn't been great recently. Like, we've won games, but we've looked really shaky as well. Fortunately, we have a very, very strong bench, and hopefully that can carry us to glory. Fingers crossed. Vassiladis gets it over to Collins, who all of the reports that I had coming into the game said was their best player. Whips it in, and they do nearly score very early on. That's a bit worrying. Let's not do any more of that, lads, if that's okay. Yeah, hopefully we can pick this up, because this is looking pretty poor so far. I might have a few tactical tweaks. Hazard does really well to steal the ball there, and he runs, and he's running and running and running at the goal. Has a shot, but it is blocked. Hazard not got the best composure, so although sometimes he will score goals, he isn't good enough in that position to be a regular goal scorer. Unless it's a nailed-on chance where you cannot miss, or he's just in the mood for it, he's not the player you want on there. We will have Depay back soon, and Thomas Meunier. I think we've missed both of those guys massively, so having them back would definitely help things. Right, free kick. Brandt whips it in. I don't really know what he was doing there, but we somehow won a penalty. I don't really know how. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. And it is going to be Jadon Sancho to take, and hopefully he can put this in the back of the net and we can go 1-0 up. It was a terrible penalty, but we'll take it. 1-0 to Dortmund, and maybe, just maybe, that is what we needed to... It is literally pouring down outside. Apologies. Yeah, hopefully that will open the floodgates, just like it has outside, apparently. We are still not doing very well on possession, so I might have a tweak with our a few of our tactical instructions as we go. But Sancho's broken forward here. He is running at their defence. He's trying to run through their defence. He's done it so far. Hazard with the shot. And that's what I mean. Talking Hazard, he's got terrible composure in front of goal, but give him a banger and he'll score it. I mean, I'm not going to complain on this occasion because it's put us 2-0 up, and that is glorious. It's a great counter-attack against a team we really shouldn't be counter-attacking against. Sancho does his man here beautifully. Gets the ball to Hazard, and Hazard just lets fly with that wonderful, wonderful strike. He's the better of the Hazards, I told you. Well, not a vintage performance by any stretch of the imagination. The possession worries me. We've let them have chances, but we are ahead. So I might have a little tactical tweak with some of our instructions. I might consider making 1 or 2 substitutions. I'm going to have a quick look at this, and then we'll get into the second half. Okay, so second half is now underway. We have adjusted some of our tactics a little bit. We've changed the tempo, we've dropped it a little bit, and we've also put our passing on to short, just to try and hold on to the ball a little bit better. Hopefully we can stop them from having an opportunity. Oh my God, are you serious? It's awful from hits. It's the worst piece of goalkeeping. Oh, it's such an innocuous move as well. The ball comes through. It's terrible defending and hits us so badly. Right. Immediately, we're shouting at him and we're taking him off. Berkey's coming on. Berkey's getting his second chance. That's atrocious. I'm demanding more from the team as well. We need to be keeping the ball a lot better than we are. And right now, we're just lumping the ball forward. We're on shorter passing. So I don't really understand why we think we just lump the ball forward like that. Can we just stop them? Can we just get the ball, please, guys? Can we stop them from attacking? We're just letting them do what they want at the moment. And it's going to be 2. At some point, we're going to concede a second. And it's going to be a massive problem. I don't understand why we're playing so average against smaller teams at the moment. Right, Ramos is there. Ramos. I say Ramos. His name's Luis Felipe, but it comes up as Ramos. I'm going to call him Ramos. They're in the 2nd division in Germany. They were relegated last season. We should be able to smash a team like that because we're not exactly playing a massively rotated side. But Sancho just heads it to nowhere and we give them the ball back straight away. We've not been able to retain the ball at all in this game, and it's very concerning to me. Very concerning. Right, Collins for them, looking to get the ball into a dangerous position. Gets it into the middle. Vassiladis gets it forward. Pijak does manage to deal with it. Sancho on the ball now. If he can just run with the ball and not give it away, that would be fantastic. And if he can put the pass in properly into Hazard. Hazard, if he can bury it, he can't bury it. Brandt does get on the end of it though. Can Brandt get it into the middle? He gets it out wide to Schultz, who does just keep it in the highlight ends. Not happy with this game whatsoever at the moment. Okay, we're making changes. So we've already made the one with the goalkeeper, obviously. Guerrero's coming on for Schultz. We're then bringing on Axel Witsel on for De Hoos. And then Marco Reus is coming on for Gio Reyna. Players who are playing the worst, we're just going to bring these guys on in the hope that we can just maybe control the game a bit better. We're going to take Expressive off. I did that just to see, and we're going to do that as well. I did those things just to see if they made a difference. I am going to drop the tempo. So we're going to go slightly higher, slightly shorter. My thinking being we can just control the game a little bit better. Right, final change. We're going to bring... Pause the game, Stu. That'd be a good idea. Jadon Sancho's knackered, so I think we bring him off and we'll bring him on... We bring on Trincat? No, do you know what? We're going to bring Hazard on. Not Hazard. We're going to bring Haaland on. Hazard can go out wide. Haaland can go up front. And we'll do that for the last few minutes. And hopefully, it'd be nice to see another goal, to be honest with you. Right, he whips it in, looks for Haaland. Haaland heads over. To be honest, let's just eat the time away now. It's a poor performance, but I'll take the fact that we win the game. But I am going to have a shout at the boys because really, we should be dominating that. That was absolutely atrocious. I'm going to thrash... No, I can't thrash Giles. I'm going to point the finger. Furious with your defensive work. Absolutely furious. I think if I'm being completely honest, this little break has come at the absolute right time because we can give the majority of the team a week off and then get them training for the next game. Speaking of which, next game is against Wolfsburg in 12 days. So we've got a 12-day gap. So that should be more than enough time to give the lads a nice little break. So hopefully when they come back, they'll actually just play a little bit better because look at the opportunity we had in that game. We scored 2 goals. We just didn't look at the races to me. We just didn't look at the races. We looked like we were a calamity away from conceding a goal, and it looks like the calamity was in us. And our goalkeepers are very much to blame for that. So we need to try and sort them out. Try and bring a new one in if we can. And yeah, sort this mess out. So we will be back in the month of January. Looking at those games, we've got Wolfsburg, Leipzig, Mainz, Leverkusen, Gladbach, and Augsburg. So I'm looking at that list and I'm thinking to myself, we definitely want to play Leipzig or Leverkusen at some point in one of these games. How does it sound if we play Wolfsburg in the next game and we play Leverkusen in the game after that, and then we try and play Leipzig later on in the season? At least then we play some of the bigger teams in the Bundesliga. To me, that sounds like a plan. Don't know about you guys, but I'm quite content with that. I think that's what we're going to go with. Oh, also, before we go, I didn't show you who our Champions League opposition is. There it is. We have Atalanta in the Champions League. Looking at the teams that we could have been drawn against, that might be one of the better ones we could have had. Shakhtar is the only other one that I look at and think that could have been a good one if we'd have qualified first in our group. But considering we qualified second, Atalanta, who are currently 5th in Serie A, 4-star team, I think that could have been a much, much worse draw, if we're being completely honest. So we're going to wrap the video up there. Big success, but we did win one of our games and we lost the game that we really didn't need to worry about, and we did win all of the games in between. So really, we can't complain too much about that. So this video should be coming out on the Monday, so I will see you guys on Friday. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like on the video and please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Football Manager goodness from yours truly. And with all of that said, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye for now.